Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with yet another flight simulator, and if you notice, this is a bit of a different plane. Now, because there really weren't any safety features back in the day for the P-51D Mustang. Basically, you just, things go bad, try not to die. If things go bad at a high enough altitude, pop the canopy open and jump out and pray. Beyond that, that's your safety video. What we are going to be doing today is we are going to be flying to Swansea, but we are going to also sort of have a little bit of fun flying around London, because London looks pretty cool in this game with the add-on that I have. So I'm going to open up the Delay Save Flight radio. If anyone in the GLR server wants to join, feel free to get on there. Hey, Todd, it started at 5 p.m. Eastern. It's just that, you know, had to get things all in order. These are old planes. They don't move like they used to. Howdy, Mayday. Howdy, Cordell. Happy to have you boys aboard. So this is the lovely plane that we are going to be flying today. It is called Wee Willie. This is actually a real plane. Someone, I believe it's for the Reno Air Races add-on. So it's the actual livery, actual interior. They scanned the whole thing and modeled it. It's pretty cool. Now, for those of you who don't know, the P-51 had a handful of variants, but this is the D variant, the one with the bubble canopy. I believe it was 1944 or 45. So this plane is 76 years old, if I can do math right. I mean, no promises on that. I did go to California public school. Nice, Mayday. I didn't know they had that in DCS. That's pretty cool. This one is unarmed. I am also very, very bad at flying it. My takeoffs and my landings are very sketchy. So let's just hope that we make it to our destination. All right. Let's hop on board here, and I'm going to bring up the checklist. Checklist to this thing is actually quite extensive. So pre-flight, I'm actually going to shift this over to my second monitor just to make things a little less cluttered. So most of this is pretty close to period. There are some unique features here that Asobo, the developers of Flight Simulator, should figure out, and you'll see. So let's check our fuel first, because it's really hard to get the camera down in there. That's the left tank there. We are full there. We are full in the right tank, so should be fine. Flight controls, they are free. Maybe you need a little WD-40 somewhere. They even got the creaks and everything. That's pretty cool. I have not actually heard this with my headphones on, so y'all are coming on a journey with me. So that's good. Parking brake is set, so we aren't moving anywhere. Yeah, it is real easy to stall. I've spiraled out of control. Let's see here. You'll say you want to roll into the throttle smoothly on takeoff and don't pull back on the stick. Good to know. There is a Spitfire Cordell. It's just, I believe it's like $30, and I don't feel like spending $30 right now because I spent a shit ton of money this week. Hopefully we will avoid any crashing, but if you notice, there might be more frames at play and the game looks a little bit better than it did the last time. I got a 3080 Ti, and it is happily powering my machine. So yeah, that should be fun. Alright, magnetos, they're off, so good there. Battery switch. Now, here's the first bit of the new features that they added into this P51. Watch the battery switch. Looking closely, I'm actually going to zoom in really close because this is really funny. Watch this, and boop, oh, it's gone. That's a glitch. They should figure that out. Also, same thing for the alternator switch. Watch this, and boop, it's gone. All right. Just kind of funny. All right, throttle up in a little bit. Mixture, actually we want to leave that open because even though it says idle cutoff, we only have two settings there anyways. Alright, so prop lever, maximum RPM, it is at max. Carburetor, I'm assuming it's, oops, just let me flip the switch please. Fine. As you see, Microsoft, nothing but the best. That's fine. It'll be okay. Fuel selector, we are in our left tank here. So, we should be good. You do have to switch during flight. I have run out of fuel before. Alright. Now, let's get this bad boy on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, we got it. Yay. We got the plane going. So oil, it'll start going up a little bit. What is going on there, Todd? Well, glad you're on. Fortunately, there is no fire that I'm aware of. That's what you want to hear your pilot say. Good news is I'm the only one in this plane, so safety features, meh, you're fine. All right, now avionics. Avionics switch also has the same drop-down feature. Boop, it's gone. Same thing with our lights, so we're going to turn on our nav lights and never be able to see them again. Heat, and what else do we need? All right, that's still at max. Now, if you notice here, the radio is modern. That is because the person did have it upgraded. Oh. What a lovely plane. We're gonna totally crash it because I am not that good at flying in this game. At least not with this one. If I was flying the SR-22, which we might fly a little later if we finish this flight up quickly. Alright, then, yeah, we might have better landings. Alright, so, does say rudder trim 5 degrees to the right. There we are. Alright, pitch trim 6 degrees. Alright. Because apparently that's not precise enough. There. See, I have to do it on the keyboard. Fine. Ailerons, they're neutral. Nice. Flight controls. Yeah, they're working. Fuel quantity, we already checked. Alternator is on. Mixture. Okay. Now we're gonna contact. Now we are currently in London City. Airport is EGLC. Yeah, they did. I already flipped them in the engine startup. The checklist is a little repetitive in this one, but yeah, I know. I know the. That's partly why. But yeah, so it should be good. No, we'll take care of flaps when we approach the runway. Alrighty, which way do I want to depart? Because this plane does not turn around very well. We want to depart to the east. Let's try this.
November Lima 44727 with Sierra request taxi to the active straight out departure.
November Lima 44727 taxi to an halt short of runway 27 using taxiway Echo cross runway 09 or Alpha cross runway 27 Kilo Mike. Contact tower on 129 decimal 455 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 27 using taxiway Echo cross runway 09 or Alpha cross runway 27 Kilo Mike 727.
Just tuning it down a little bit. I also got a new keyboard because it came in with a lot of things, so it's got a little scroll wheel thing. That's pretty cool. Alrighty. That you do. I'm not allowed to have 50 cal cannons. They kind of frown upon it. Now, curious, Mayday, in your game, is it a pain in the ass to turn this thing around on the runway? Because it is in this one. This thing has a turning radius of an aircraft carrier. It's easier to fly in that. I believe it's an A320. Yeah, I think these are all A320s. It's fine. You know, you gotta clip the apex. That's how you get there faster. Yeah. Brakes. We're fine. Totally not the way you're supposed to do that, but hey. As long as the propeller doesn't hit the ground, you're fine. Ah, okay. I don't know if Flight Simulator is smart enough for that. Would be nice. But it's not quite smart enough to do right and left brake. Yeah, yeah. Kind of slam on the brakes a little bit too hard there. Common problem with these kind of planes. Now we will unfortunately be turning around, which means I might go in the grass. Yeah. Now, I could just be wrong. Oh, just trimming out the lights of the runway, but that's because I really need a wide berth for turning. Oh. Never mind. Should have paid attention to my taxi instructions. That's because I'm a professional. I'm not. But you already know that. You're already here. Oh. Alright.
Sydney Tower, November Lima 44727 ready at runway 27 departing straight out.
November Lima 44727 altimeter tree 0.12 wind 240 at 24. Straight out, departure approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 27.
Cleared for takeoff runway 27727.
Yeah, the water looks pretty decent in this game. I like it. It's very shallow though. Your plane does not sink, which I kind of find funny. Man, 737s are easier to fly than this thing. Alrighty. Buckle up. This is gonna be interesting. Oh, boys. Oh, God. Nope, 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 nope. Aw, shit. Everything is fine. 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 I told you I'm kind of shit with this one. Just terracing fording it on the taxiway. We're in the air. Everything is good. Nope. That was not the button I want to press. There we go. We're fine. Everything is fine. Whew. Alrighty. We're up. See, everything is fine. Well, you can see the O2 arena here, flying over Canary Wharf. Cordell, hop on the WSA flight chat. You can give us the tour.
Leaving my airspace frequency. Change approved.
Yeah, the
City Tower November Lima 44727 frequency change.
Yeah, the landing's gonna be rough. So yeah, Canary Wharf here. And we'll keep below the clouds here. I can actually see.
Beacon approach November Lima 44727 is type 4 miles west of London City 2,400 feet. Request flight following.
November Lima 44727. Beacon
So there's
approach.
Tower Bridge, or to Americans, London Bridge. See, it's a joke. There's the Shard, walkie-talkie building, the Gherkin. Gherkin actually does look good. It's just a very high poly model, so it loads in very late and looks kind of wonky for a little bit.
727, please acknowledge.
Oh, yes, fine.
Squawk 0066727.
727 radar contact 5 miles west of London City 1,900 feet. Altimeter tree 0.12.
So yeah, we'll get kind of close here. You can see once the textures pop in, it actually looks pretty cool. Whee.
727, did you hear my last transmission?
Nope, having too much fun.
Roger 727.
727, contact Northolt approach on 126.45.
Fine.
126.45 for 727.
Alrighty. Buckingham Palace. Probably tune the radio here.
Northolt approach November Lima 44727 1,300 feet.
November Lima 44727 Northolt approach altimeter tree 0.12. Continue to Lima Oscar November as planned.
Now, when I went to London.
727 contact Heathrow approach on 120.4.
Yeah. Alright, we're gonna ignore the radio for a little bit. The radio's being a little annoying.
120.4727.
Alright. That should be fine. So, when I went to London, there was a hostel somewhere in this block here, just right off the Thames. Had really good omelets, and it was really cheap. I think it was like £5 a night. It was awesome. And don't remember much of this being around there. I mean, that building was there, but the rest of it wasn't. This was 2013 to 2014, somewhere in there. And I remember walking all along this. There's Big Ben, Parliament Building and all that. The eye actually moves, you can kind of see. British National Museum was pretty awesome because the day I went it was free. Right in this area. Yeah, it is. Yeah, so I looked out. It was not a brothel, it was a hostel. It was fine. Yeah, let's head over to the Olympic Village, because we can. Hopefully we have enough fuel to still make it to Swansea. I want to say hi to Marmite. So you can see the Olympic Village over here. Now, I walked all across the city. So, everywhere around here I walked. It was pretty fun. Very tired afterwards, but you've got the stadium here, and in the stadium the seats actually do say West Ham. This is the West Ham Stadium. There's the Aquatic Center, designed by the late Zaha Hadid. She passed away, I think it was like a year or two ago. I'm sad. She likes to do weird, wonky shapes. Velodrome over there. Clouds popping in and out over here. And then I remember I did a pretty hefty hike. I'm trying to remember where it was because I walked past a radio tower and then went up to some hillside. Maybe Cordell can tell me what the name of that hill is. Let's see if I can actually get my bearings real quick. Let's see, there's the tower. So is this radio tower here? I can't remember what it's called. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So I went to a pub right by this tower. Had a few beers and some food because I was hungry. And then I walked all the way up to this hillside here, which had a really lovely view. So in London's, it's fairly flat, but it's got some hillsides and stuff like that. Some nice hikes. Basically, I went right up to this little basic tan spot here and looked out over the city, and it was pretty nice. You had a lovely view of the city. So we're going to shoot above the clouds here. I'm going to get in the plane because I can't tell which way is up anymore. But that is an American's tour of London. It was fun. Ah, yeah, BT Tower. Just pause it. So yeah, crazy dense city. Very fun to walk around. Surprisingly accessible. Oh, we should probably look at Millennium Bridge there. It's always fun to do. I can see it there, but I'm doing a little bit to bleed off speed as we go past Parliament and Buckingham again. We'll go past Trafalgar Square, which you can kind of see right here. So there's Millennium Bridge. This bridge right here got destroyed in one of the Harry Potter movies. There's Tower Bridge. You cannot fly through it. I've tried. There's some sort of hitbox. Which I think is bullshit, but hey. And the Shard. Tallest building, I think, in Western Europe. London has a lot of weird shaped buildings. They're just sort of all over the place. Then we'll fly past MI6, and before they send 007 after us, then we will head towards Swansea. the most conspicuous intelligence agency. See, at least Langley, it's like hidden away in basically forest, more or less. I don't know. Maybe we'll go find it when I'm in a more capable, well, not if I'm in a more capable aircraft, but if I'm flying in a more friendly aircraft. So right now we're flying by VOR, or I mean not VOR, VFR rules, which is visual flight rules. Can't see anything. So what I'm doing is I'm basically basing this off of GPS. Coming here and strafe fin 1339 here. Oh, they're quite a bit below us. Yeah. I'm constantly working and there's no autopilot. And at a certain point, which actually that certain point is starting to become now, I'm going to switch tanks because the plane just wants to start rolling. There's too much weight on the right side. I mean, I can. I mean, granted, I'm not flying in a Mitsubishi Zero, but they were pretty successful at taking things down, even without guns. So we're now flying over Heathrow. We flew in there last time. Had a very rough landing in that Boeing 777. Much easier plane to fly. So I find it really funny, the little pilot avatar looks way out of place in this plane. So if you noticed in the screenshot that I have for the thumbnail, he is not seen. It is also very loud in here. Alright, I'm going to actually turn on my radio here.
London Center, November Lima 44727, 11,200 feet.
November Lima 44727, London Center, altimeter 30.12, continue as planned. 727, contact Heathrow approach on 120.4. Good day.
Going to 120.4727. Heathrow approach, November Lima 44727, 10,100 feet.
November Lima 44727, Heathrow approach, altimeter 30.12, continue as planned. Contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475727.
Just wants to climb.
London Center, November Lima 44727, 10,700 feet.
November Lima 44727, London Center, altimeter 30.12, continue as planned.
Now what's really kind of cool is just sort of how the mechanics on this plane works. So on if you notice on the Boeings that have been flying, the actual whole tail element will adjust for, you know, the elevator trim and whatnot. But on these planes, it's actually just that little lip there. That's the only part that's being set by those. And you can kind of see it a little bit on the rudder trim as well, just right back there. Oh, that's, I don't know how quite it's set up in the Boeing. I just thought that was always kind of cool. I wonder what happens if I press the autopilot button. Yeah, I figured there was nothing. You never really know. See, at least the SR-22, that one has an autopilot function. Makes it a much more easygoing plane. This one, you have to work. Now, we are currently... We might not make it on fuel. That's gonna be fun. We might have to do an emergency landing, which I can't even do a regular landing. You know, I would happily watch that. I've been getting DCS stuff in my feed, and you know, it might get me. I don't know yet. Give me a little bit, but I might consider it. I would need like a joystick or something like that though, because on controller here, because I'm playing with a Xbox controller, that's a handful enough. That is very kind of you, Mayday. I might take you up on it, but, ooh, F-16. I do like the F-16. It's a cool looking plane. But, give me time. I'm still playing around with these planes. Trying not to die. See, at least in this one, when I crash, I don't technically die. Alrighty, Cordell. Have a good night, my friend. Keeping the streets of London safe. I do have an FA-18 in this game. That one I have on 900 knots. Yeah, I might do it as a, like, maybe birthday present or something like that to myself. That'd be probably towards March.
727 contact Benson approach on 136.45. Good day.
Going to 136.45 727. Benson approach November Lima 44727 12,100 feet.
November Lima 44727 Benson approach altimeter 30.09. Continue as planned. 727 contact London Center on 118.475. Good day.
Going to 118.475 727. London Center, November Lima 44727, 12,000 feet.
November Lima 44727, London Center, altimeter tree 0.09, continue as planned.
Now, in case you're wondering how I'm actually navigating, I've got a little map. So we're going to EGVA, not to be confused with the company EVGA, which is what is the brand of my fancy new graphics card. Surprisingly, only cost just an arm, not the leg. So I got to keep that. That was very generous of them. Well, yeah, because the F-16 is a very light aircraft. And I know the engine in that thing is quite good. Ah! There was a ladybug. It was a little baby ladybug. It just attacked me. It was a vicious attack. It was terrible. Just kind of freaked me out there a little bit because just all of a sudden something was crawling on my finger. I was like, ah! How the hell does a ladybug get into my plane at 12,000 feet? That's just ridiculous.
Contact Rise Northern approach on 127.25. Good day.
Going to 127.25, 727.
Well, 'cause I mean, that is kind of how they function.
Rise Northern approach, November Lima 44727, 11,800 feet.
November Lima 44727, Rise Northern approach, altimeter tree 0.08, continue as planned.
It's just all a matter of how you want your aircraft to
727, contact London
function.
Center on 118.475. Good day.
118.475, 727.
It's also important to know the differences too, so that you can leverage your aircraft to the best of its abilities. Alrighty, so we just passed EGVA, which I don't know which airport that is.
London Center, November Lima 44727, 14,100 feet.
November Lima 44727, London Center, altimeter tree 0.08, continue as planned.
Because unlike my other flights, I can't look things up while I'm flying because I can't, like, if I just let go of the stick, here's what the plane does. And then all of a sudden I'm in the ground because I just wanted to go get some tea. hope you brought your oxygen masks, because it's getting high. It is fun. I mean, you know what Maverick said, he's got the need for speed. Which, a fun fact that I'm sure you already know is these planes actually could break the sound barrier under the right conditions.
727 contact Manchester Center on 118
You know,
775. Good day.
I did not, but also it's the, I think it's also roll that it's dealing with. Because if I look at my
727, please acknowledge.
gas tank. Oh,
Going
yes,
to
thank you.
118.775.727.
You're right, some of that is the trim, but some of it's also, this plane's getting battered around by wind, and it's also getting battered around by just my poor flying. Yeah. Seems to be okay. But it's the roll that's getting it just because of the weight of fuel and stuff like that in it. So right now, if I could actually... What? How's that still? Alright. Fuel gauges there are a little unintelligible. Oh, that's not good. Okay. That's not going to tell me anything either. That's cool. Yeah, fortunately on this, I can pull a 6G turn and everything is fine. My plane won't fold up like a cheap suit. That's just because the physics engine does not understand that. I also just love the supercharger air intake on the bottom. It just looks awesome. This plane looks great. Now, there is some good news and some bad news. Good news is, we're almost halfway there. Bad news is, I have no idea if we're going to have enough fuel to get there. So, this landing might get even sketchier. Now, if I could actually get up and get myself some whiskey to drink, because we are going to Swansea, which is in Wales, I strongly recommend the Penderyn. I have the Penderyn Celt variant. It's their sort of smoky expression. They've got a few different ones. But Penderyn is one of the few Welsh whiskey distilleries. And it is quite tasty. Good lord. That sounds terrifying. I've actually got this thing into a spin. Yeah, just sort of clowning around, but it's pretty easy to imagine. Serve on the left, serve right, and so forth. Yeah. I mean, without the avionics to kind of help you just a bit, and these planes are difficult to fly. Just fun sometimes just to pull on the stick. Makes you feel alive. Oh, I should have tuned my radio. My bad.
Manchester Center, November Lima 44727, 14,700 feet.
November Lima 44727 Manchester Center altimeter 29.85. Continue to Bravo Charlie November as planned.
Alright, apparently there's a pressure drop. Come on. This plane is quite the handful. Don't worry, I'm just having water. You do not want to be drunk and try and fly this thing. You will not survive. I mean, it's debatable if we'll survive anyways. Now, I wonder what a P-51 goes for these days, because I'm assuming that they have this plane insured. Oh yeah, actually we will have enough fuel. Sweet. So that means we can even do some loop arounds too, because you can see the map here. There's Bravo Charlie November, and there's Swansea Airport there. And we are at 64% fuel, which means we should be okay. Alrighty, we're approaching our next waypoint. I mean, visibility out of this plane is kind of terrible. This was one of the best planes of the era.
Contact Cardiff approach on 125.855. Good day.
Going to 125.855.727. Cardiff approach November Lima 44727, 11,800 feet.
November Lima 44727 Cardiff approach altimeter 29.85. Continue as planned. 727 contact Manchester Center on 118.775. Good day.
Going to 118.775.727.
But piston engines are usually more fuel efficient compared to jets, so that would make sense. I mean, these were some of the most efficient planes back in, at least efficient fighters, back in 1944-45 when they were flying. And it's because they had a thing called laminar flow wings, which were sort of unique. They had this sort of teardrop profile. That was really first done on this aircraft, at least as far as American aircraft were concerned. Don't remember if the Germans ever experimented with that. But this thing was a monster. Oops, we gotta turn a little bit. So I'm a bit off course. You can see the ocean there in the distance. Now, the thing is, with piston engines, they're sort of a little bit fickle. If I cut the throttle, you notice my RPM isn't really doing much. If I really cut my throttle, it's still not doing that much. But then if I really cut it back, it's still not doing too much. Till now I don't have any power to it, it's just basic rotating. But there's ways to do that, so when we're doing our approach, we can actually adjust our RPM. That'll help us reduce speed because we are actually fastly approaching Swansea.
Cardiff approach November Lima 44727, 8,600 feet.
November Lima 44727 Cardiff approach altimeter 30.18 continue as planned.
We got some bird blenders over here. Let's go check out the bird blenders. Yeah, you do. Here, I'll show you in just a second once I go past the bird blenders. I just want to fly past these things because it just seems like fun.
Going to 118.775727. Manchester Center, November Lima 44727, 1,600 feet.
November Lima 44727 Manchester Center altimeter 30.18 continue as planned.
Come on. Let's see, 18. Alright. So, in here I've got, here's my throttle lever, and this is the propeller. I can actually pull it back, and I can cut my throttle down. So that'll help me at least reduce speed as I am now in range here. Oh, surprised we only burned about 40% of our fuel. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually, because I have fuel to do it, I'm going to go fly past the airport. And just kind of get my bearings for it. Because it is a large airport, which will hopefully help me because a longer runway is much more helpful. Because I am not very good at landing. Much better in a bigger plane, which seems counterintuitive, I think. Oh, small planes, they're easy to fly. No, not really. Big planes are actually easy to fly. Ooh, speaking of that, Mayday. In DCS, is it only fighter planes that you can fly, or can you fly like AWACS planes and other stuff? Ah, there's Swansea. Okay, got a good idea. Let's land at 2-8. Oops, nope. Go back. Go back. Okay, I guess I just have to do it that way. That's pretty cool. Alright, so what we're gonna do, pull back our RPM, because we are booking and we're doing 375 knots. Now I can't see the airport. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 3 miles southwest 2,200 feet inbound to land runway 28.
Is anyone gonna say anything? No? Okay. You'd think a big airport like that, you'd have air traffic control, but I guess not.
Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is on upwind runway 28.
I guess it's not that big. Oh, oops, I got those wrong. 122.
Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is on upwind runway 22.
I just misread my compass.
Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is on crosswind runway 22. Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is on downwind runway 22.
Alrighty. Here we go.
Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is on final runway 22.
Oh, we don't have lights either. That's cool. That's cool. That's helpful. Alright, folks. This is gonna suck. Come on. Nope. Hello, dirt. I'm trying. Hello, trees. It just wanted to turn right, no matter how hard I tried. Fortunately, trees are non-collision objects. I mean, technically I'm still clear of the runway, but yeah. Hey look, we landed on the runway. Totally. Like I planned it. Alright. I don't even know where to taxi. Oh, okay. We're just gonna do that. That's cool. It was a nice approach. I will give myself that. It just, once the wheels make contact.
Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is clear of the runway. Swansea traffic November Lima 44727 is taxiing to runway 10.
Nope, we are not taxiing to runway. Okay, so I guess that's what taxi means. Alright. We're just gonna park it right here. Alright. P-51 is a pain. It's a fun aircraft to fly, but man, that was something. Alright. Now the big question is, Mayday, should we conclude it here? Or get into the SR-22, Cirrus 22, it's not a recon jet, don't worry. And fly that somewhere else. Because I think we got enough out of this one. I'm surprised at how nice the approach was, because I had quite the crosswind, but it just decided, nah, we're gonna turn. There's nothing I could do except go in the trees. Keep flying or call it a night or afternoon. kind of don't want to turn off the plane yet because those switches are gone. They're just gone. Watch, I can even do the cabin lights and boop, they're gone. Oh wait, they got. Oh, that's battery. Ah. So the switches are down here. Alright, that's pretty freaking funny. Alrighty. Well, you have a good night, my friend. I will call it quits here. Thank you for joining me for this flight. As comically ridiculous as it was. And hopefully I will see you on the next one. We'll go fly out of maybe somewhere out here in Wales. I'll see if there's a big enough airport for one of my jets. Or maybe we'll just get the, actually we'll get the Cirrus 22 next time. We'll fly that one, because the safety video for that one's always fun. Alright, well, have a good night, and thank you for flying.